Hello. We should make the chat just a bit bigger. I could do another beetle. Hello, hello. They're just over there so I can see the viewer count. Hooray. Doc beetle. That'd be cool. We'll remember that. Hello, hello, hello. Doing some figuring out the next trading card subject. Stuff. Actually, nice. Take me to the level. So debating for sure. Do we have a green? Search. Ooh, maybe. Ooh, I kind of dig you. Hello, hello, any and everybody. Welcome, welcome. And there's the garden spider. Ooh, these are cool as shit. Little hairs are going to be much. Jumping green spider. That could be cool. Yeah, I think we gotta do it. Green spider. Hello, hello. I think a year gonna be it. What you running from? They got you on the run. Pretty slow right now. It's all good, guys. Take your time coming in. I'm still trying to figure out what we're going to work on today. Or I know what we're working on, just I got to figure out the subject matter. We're doing trading cards today, or at least the artist trading cards made out of wood for me. We got one done yesterday, finished that up. Took me 2 days, so I'm happy with that, but I got to figure out the next one. And I kind of dig this. I did a monochrome with the first one, so I think I want to continue that trend, or at least not full monochrome, but definitely in that family of coloration. So that's what we're doing. Ooh, that's an orchard orb weaver. I kind of dig that color. We'll have some people coming in soon. So high. Hello, welcome. We're working on some artist trading cards today. Hey, Shrek. I do. I do. Welcome back. I was gonna say that was you also yesterday with the actual username of Shrek on TikTok, wasn't it? I thought so. I'm like, I only like, especially when you started going on about YouTube. I'm like, I think I know exactly who this is. So welcome back. Yeah, we're back here on YouTube as well. Like I told you I was. Just had to change up the time to better fit my schedule. Ooh, look you, the green link spider. We're doing more of these artist trading cards. I did wrap that one up yesterday. The beetle I was working on over on TikTok. So I just mounted him to here so I can fits mine better too. That's good. So, but yeah, we're continuing on. I'm thinking spider today. It's been like really dig doing the monochrome thing that I started with that beetle, so I think that's what we're gonna do. I've been looking at these spiders. Oh, that's cool though. That's an awesome pink. I don't know what that is though. The green. Okay, it is the green lynx spider. Hell yeah, that's what we're doing. Green lynx spider. I include that pink. Looks great. What we doing now? Spider, not Spider Man, just a spider in this point. So like I said, I started these like artist trading card, like a little mini series. I did that beetle, and I really enjoyed doing like the red on the red background. So we're continuing that, except I wanted to do a spider this time, and I wanted to do the green one. So I'm finding this thing called a green lynx spider, which is really cool. I love the coloration. Also has some pinks thrown in there as well. So I think that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get that sketched out today, um, and go from there. Yeah, because this thing looks cool as hell. It's got like a nice green body, but that pink back end, so like looks cool as hell. But I will be probably playing the Spider-Man game later. I just bought it on sale for PlayStation, so looking forward to that. Let me actually. I need a pinned pin spider so I can get the actual layout. Yes. I might have to do a more condensed version of that because that's very spread out. Jesus. Oh, man. Because I don't want it to just be all legs, even though that's. I did like it was on sale like the Game of the Year edition for with like all the DLC for like $20. So I'm like, I've been meaning to play it, so we're gonna play that. Also, see three people on with us. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the stream. If you're new here, my name's Michael Weaver. I'm a Philly artist. I go by Philly Art Dad here. So if you got questions about like art, creativity, that's what we are here about. We're working on some ACEOs or artist trading cards. Hello, Silly. Welcome. Happy to have you back as well. It's been a minute. Haven't seen you in the comments too much. Gamer Dad. I try. I try to do my best. Like I look, I just do the things I love. That's the best way I can describe it. Just do things you love, and if you can make a career out of some of those things, do it. And like that's where I'm at with the art stuff. Like I've been an artist for ages, and it's just a matter of like I'm just gonna do the stuff that I enjoy doing, and share it with people to hopefully um, just showcase what like my love of this stuff. That's all. Okay, and then that we go out from there. Cool, cool. This is good. I got this. We got this. Yeah, I've been dealing with life, but wanted to stop by today. Yeah, I do. Pressing, I can. No, I hear it. No, life can be rough. And you got to make what you can, silly. So I appreciate you stopping by. Glad you're here. Like I said, we're always about like if you ever need anything, I'm here. You can always reach out in the comments. That's what we're here for. So I want to make sure I make myself available to you guys. Essentially, like that's my goal. So come on, I messed up the. Hell yeah. But yeah, as far as video games, Shrek, I've been doing Fallout 76. That's been like my main go-to game right now. But yeah, yeah. You're welcome, silly. I'm happy to, like I said, I'm happy to be here. So you take it easy. If you do have to go, you want to hang out a little bit, happy to have you here. You always know that. Let's open that. I like. So that's going to go back. Double 42 of Patron. All right, that might actually. Uh, play. CS meaning Counter Strike? I assume that's what you mean. If it's Counter Strike, no, I'm not really like a Counter Strike. I limit my online gaming to just Fallout mainly because like they only allow the map is big enough and they limit it to like only 24 players. So I tend to like those kind of games where I can still do my own thing and like it still feels like a single player game. Um, but yeah, no, I don't play Counter Strike. Like I said, most online games just don't. Um, why can't I think of it? They don't intrigue me. I like more story based games personally. I did this back. Should have scooted this back. All right, let's try. I hope that's the middle. Uh, yeah, it's close enough to the middle. This is very much just going to look like the Spider-Man symbol, but just in green. But hey, gotta love it still. Still going to look cool as hell. Enjoy the challenge of something new. There we go. It doesn't look like much, but it's the spider on there. Thank you. Let's crack on this. Like I said, this is the whole kind of artist trading card thing is new to me. I just got introduced to it last week by one of my viewers on TikTok, actually. Um, and I love the idea. I like the concept of like making like original art pieces that are affordable. Um, because a lot of my stuff is big for gallery shows, things like that. Um, and that stuff generally runs from like hundreds to thousands of dollars for like an original piece of artwork. And it's like, don't get me wrong, I know my fucking value and I will charge that much because I know the value of my work. Um, but I realize for the average like person, collecting art like that is not viable. Like it's a lot to just invest in that kind of stuff. So I love this concept of like artist trading cards, which are these like nice little tiny 2.5 by 3.5 pieces. Um, that you can collect. Yes, baby girl. Hello. Someone just awoke from her little like snooze nap. So I don't know if she's coming over for attention or whatnot. Yes, some Titian buff pale. So yeah. And now I do realize like I actually plugged the dimensions into my calculator for my sounds like a lot of thought goes into it. Honestly, I mean I try to. Like I still like just because it's a trading card kind of thing. My puppy's just sleeping on the couch while I do dishes. That's great. Yeah, I have a little bed for her over there. To be fair, when I came into the studio this morning, she was sitting in my chair, and I did have to move her so I could actually get some work done today. But yeah, I honestly, if there's at least one cat somewhere in the studio out of the three we do have, somewhere in the studio, like I said. But yeah, I love the idea of this concept of artist trading cards, like making artwork slightly more affordable for the average viewer. And like I've done shows like this before. I've done at Arch Enemy Arts. They have the annual show at the end of the year. I'm not in it this year, but called Small Wonders. And the idea is that the piece has to be it's a small piece, so less than 12 inches in any direction. And the price of it has to be under, I think right now they have it under $300. It used to be just under 250, but you know, they with inflation and everything, the prices did have to go up a little bit. Um, so I understand that. It still keeps the mentality of like, hey, small pieces of artwork that are, why can't I think of it? um, inexpensive comparatively. Because, like I said, this gallery does pieces like my most expensive piece I have through them that is still available to purchase is like $1,600. So that's kind of the mentality behind it. And I love it. I honestly I think a show like this is one of a great way to bring new collectors into the gallery space. Definitely going to add some yellows. So thank you. Yeah, I like I said, I enjoy doing this kind of stuff. I think that goes back to like something Shrek mentioned, like art dad, gamer dad. You know, like my kid's gonna have a great time, but like I think it just comes down to like doing shit you love. That's really what where it's all about here. Like I'm I am just making it a point to do things that I personally love that and like I'm trying my damnedest to make a living out of some of them when I can, you know? And like right now for this, we're just slapping down a lot of colors, just getting the basic shape. I've learned from the first one I did, this beetle, that the first day I work on this, it's just about slapping down colors, getting the overall shape, the overall look and feel. Um, before I start refining. So that's where we're at today. That makes sense. It's not a bad way to go about life, I think. Well. Look, I think saying like you're experienced in anything, like this is going to get very philosophical very quickly, but like I don't believe anyone is truly a professional in anything. It's just we're stumbling around finding out how we're doing these things. Beatles are thank you. I'm actually super pleased with it. Like I said, it took me I did two painting sessions about 2.5 hours each because I was doing I've only really been working on this on stream, or at least the painting portions. Like I did the prep of the panel, got like the backgrounds done up off stream so I could get to the fun part. Um, but yeah, I've only like took me like maybe 5 hours to paint the beetle, which for me is good. I tend to take like a couple days on a piece. So having that quick um, turnaround with that was really, really nice. So I'm happy. Again, it's just about finding the shit you like and doing something with it. I think that's what's really important when it comes down to it. Yeah, and I'm really excited about this. This is a green lynx spider that I'm working on. So it's majority green, but it's got like the back end and the legs have this amazing pink in it that I'm like, that's really cool, and I need to paint that. Like I said, I have. It's been a while since I've actually done things like painting bugs. Like I used to like make it a point to add bugs into every single painting that I did. But to be fair, my previous work was very much um, still life driven. Ooh, scary. I look, I think I have a an affinity for this kind of stuff. Like I think one of the things when I first started painting, especially with like the current body of work that I'm working on or that I was working on at the time was I really enjoy painting skulls. So let me look at other things that are not traditionally viewed as beautiful or pretty. So like instead of flowers with the skulls, because like I took a lot of influence from Georgia O'Keeffe, and she was very famous for painting flowers, especially very close up. And then she did like Santa Fe era, and then got into doing more of the skulls out there. But still, it was like skulls with flowers, so it still had this very stereotypical like, oh, there's a pretty thing. So instead of flowers, I'm like, I'm gonna paint mushrooms because I just think they're cool and they don't get enough um, recognition, in my opinion, when it comes to subject matter. Same thing with like the bugs I was drawing. Like I started really first off with moths, um, because butterflies were the stereotypical pretty thing, and I'm like, moths are great. Moths are underrated, but they can be very pretty. I think there's this almost like hot pink and yellow moth, which I love. I did in one of my paintings, absolute. I think so. I do think they're cool too. Anything could be beautiful, seen exactly, and that's kind of the direction I wanted to take with it. I wanted to be like this. Hey, this concept of like anything can really be pretty. It's just in the matter in which it's presented, and which is honestly very important. So that's kind of the direction I was taking with that. So, like I said, these artist trading cards are really just me kind of getting back to my roots as opposed to like doing the why can't I think of it? The very character driven stuff I was doing. So like these have just allowed me to have fun again. Like not that I was not having fun, but I get like very stuck in my own head when I am working on a larger painting. So being able to work on something small like this, I think is definitely a lot more I don't know. What's the right word I'm looking for? A little more freeing in that I can just do what I want without any expectation and have fun too. Like I said, it's been a while since I've actually done this, so like I'm digging it. And I do plan on turning these into like a little mini print run too, like a little like series one. So this one might just be the bug trading cards. Makes sense. It would be a bit less intimidating. Yeah. But yeah, the concept is like obviously I want to sell like the originals, probably gonna price them around the $100 mark because they're still originals. Like, and it's one of the things I always talk about is like knowing your value, and like that's one thing I want to impress upon. Like I see a lot of people sell these trading cards for like anywhere from $5 to $30, and I'm like, that's great for you. I I I'm gonna post these for the price that I know I'm worth, but I also want to make it a point to make it accessible. And what I can do for that is by making, like I said, a little mini print run of these, like pack of four little like trading card size prints. They'll sell in a pack like for like maybe $30 for four. I think that's reasonable. I'm gonna probably whenever I pack them up, I'll most likely throw in stickers with them because why the fuck not? I'm that kind of guy. feels like I'm listening to like the same five songs in my like 288 song playlist, but whatever. But yeah, that's kind of where we're at today. Like we're just having fun. This has been honestly doing these playing card or these trading cards has been honestly kind of freeing in the sense that I can just do what the fuck I want. And I think that's really important. I think there's a setting for that if you're on. I think so too, and like I am trying to actually get away from Spotify. Like I do have a Spotify premium account, and like I don't want to keep giving my money to shitheads like that, but I gotta find one that has all the podcasts that I listen to, things like that. Um, like I'm not worried about the music. I can find most of this music damn near anywhere. It's the podcasts that I'm potentially gonna miss out on. And I'm sure there is. It just felt like for the two past day or two, like I'm listening to the same songs. So I will have to dig into that, but not right now. Like I like the music, so it's not like I'm sitting here like hate this. Like I added it to my liked songs. So I do in fact enjoy the songs that are playing. Like this is a bluegrass cover of Sleep Token's Chokehold. Um, the band's called Token Grass, and I fucking love it. Like I've listened to a little bit of Sleep Token, and like they're good. I dig them, but doesn't give you a chance to like something else. Well, to be fair, I'm not like listening to just random music. I'm listening to my liked playlist, so it is all songs that I like. But I hear you. To be fair, some days I just get into like I really want to listen to this band for this reason, so I'll go ahead and do that. Choco. There we go. Nice yellow green. Yeah. But yeah, I do still have two other trading cards. They are very interesting. It sounds like it shouldn't work musically, but it's amazing. So I highly recommend Token Grass. If you have not heard of them, go check them out. But I do still have two other like this kind of yellow and a blue one. So if you guys have suggestions for insects for those, because I think we're gonna stick with just the insect theme for this. Um, honestly, because it makes sense, and like series one of these trading cards will just be insects. And like the nice thing is, I still have two more of these 5x7 panels, which I can split down into these trading card sizes, 2.5 by 3.5. So I can still do more, and like these are cheap as hell to get, so I can definitely pick up more of those panels to do more of these trading card size pieces, especially if people really like them. Um, so like I said, if I got people really like going ape over these, like I might do more of these. I do have a show in next year that I do actually still need to work on stuff for Stranger Factory Gallery for their Halloween show. But again, that's not until October of next year, so I got time. So, but I'd very much like to work out, what I am working on well in advance, and like that already looks badass as hell. Like the pink on there is gonna be fucking amazing. I'm stoked. So, well, And I still haven't forgotten all like my other projects. I still have the skateboard and the little collab between me and my little dude, just sitting over there. Have not forgotten about them. Just someone gave me another idea. Little bugs, thank you for the little bugs there. Beautiful, silly. Um, okay, I need to let that dry. Come on. Yeah. Well, I'm glad you didn't forget them. Oh yeah, no, it's less forgetting, more like it's the standard artist's plight of I have more ideas than I have time, and that's what happens. And I think that's a standard. Honestly, I feel like that happens to a lot of people, like artists especially. Like it always ends up with like you have more ideas than time, so trying to figure out what you can do and how much you can squeeze in when it comes to that kind of stuff is always like finding that priority. But yeah, I can't forget them because they're literally sitting right there. I made it a point to not tuck them away too far because I don't want to not finish them. I want to finish them. It's just I don't know. Whenever I get struck by like, hey, here's this new thing I want to do, I tend to do a pivot. Um, yeah, like there were only ever two pieces that I actually full on abandoned. Um, One was because I just did not like the way the skull was turning out. And I'm like, F this. We're going to just cut my losses. Um, and the other one was a big piece that was right before like a shift in the style that I was doing. And the piece that I was working on before that style shift just did not fit with what I was doing anymore. So I'm just like, okay, cool. We'll just move on then to something new. So, and that's okay. Like, I'm not upset that I abandoned those pieces. Like, I'm sure, like, when I first I did a video on that way, 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 way back when I think I first started Philly Art Dad. Or the hell, that might have even predated actual the whole Philly Art Dad format. And it was just I think people were dropping the comments like, "No, don't abandon that. It's so good." And I'm like, "I get that, but it doesn't fit who I am as an artist anymore. So it didn't make sense to continue that." Yeah, thanks, silly. And it's like I actually full on like I couldn't like it was just sitting in the studio over there in the corner since we when we moved. And I'm like, I just gotta get rid of this. I can't store this. This is too big. Um, it doesn't fit within my style anymore. So like it's just gotta go. So it went, and I think I caused some uproar within some people's in the comments because you're like, oh no, how could you? I was like, I could because it's my fucking artwork and I can do with it as I please. So yeah, sometimes it's just what you got to do. I think this one might, like, I don't think I'm going to finish this one today. Yeah, that is it. It's mine. Like the original, like the image is always mine, but like the original does stop cease being mine once I sell it. But that's the beauty of digital prints, that I can just keep replicating that shit over and over again. This one's coming along a lot nicer and a lot quicker, I think, than the Beetle, just because I think I shook the proverbial cobwebs. Yeah, I know I'm painting a spider. That was not a pun. That was not intended to be a pun, but it works. But like, yeah, shaking off those proverbial the cobwebs and digging into this one now. So I'm liking it. This one definitely might end up going a bit quicker than the previous one. Luckily, like, legs are easy because they're just sticks. So that's super easy picking. It's going to be like the focus of the body is going to be the big thing, making sure I render that, because the image that I'm using, like, I love just the way that spider looks. Like, that's what, honestly, why I picked it. Like, the actual, like, the thorax, I want to say, is the technical term. So, absolutely loving it. Thank you, by the way. Like I said, the idea is to make this, like, put the originals up on my website, but also do like batches of like print on demand, doing my own printing, because I thought like this should be easy, of like little mini print sets. So I'm excited for that. So keep an eye out for that if that is something that interests you. I'll make sure to post about it. So yeah. By the way, I don't know how I stream on a lot of different platforms, so I never know like what works on one, if it works the same way on others. But if you feel so inclined, if you haven't already liked the live stream, would appreciate that. Or sending any of, like, they have like the little reactions. I think you can heart it, like, so like there's a thumbs up, like, which is always great, and then you can react in it the same way, or excuse me, a similar way. Those are always appreciated. There's a thumbs up. Thank you. Like that. Yes, where you're making the hearts come up. That kind of stuff helps. I assume that helps the algorithm. So thank you very much for that. Um, and then additionally, sharing this live out to friends that you may know, especially who might enjoy this kind of content, and like what I'm doing over here with Philly Art Dad. So having you guys share with your friends and bringing them into the fold and potentially getting new followers that way is always appreciated. So that's my little spiel of doing that, of getting, content awareness out there. I'm trying to do that more. I don't want it to be like, hey, let me just talk about all the logistical stuff. But I mean, it does help, and like, it's combating the algorithm, which I think is the hardest part. Good morning, Purple Panda Girl. Please remind me. I know you came from TikTok, but like, I know you said you were consolidating your usernames. Marissa, thank you, thank you. See, I remembered. I saw the name, and I'm like, I remember this person. I remember seeing that username, but couldn't remember it. Welcome to YouTube. I forget if you were still on yesterday when we wrapped up the Beetle on TikTok. So that guy's ready to go. I still gotta like varnish and stitch this guy up, but I'm waiting to do all that stuff when I'm done the entire first series of them. We're doing a green lynx spider for this guy. I'm committing myself to like kind of the monochrome aspect, though. This guy's got a lot more pink in it than green, but it's called a green lynx spider. We're sticking with it, and I think it's cool as hell. So that's what we're doing. And it's my fucking art trading card, so I can do whatever the hell I want. That's the best part about being artist. I can do whatever the fuck I want because it's my goddamn trading cards. It came out really great. Thank you. And like I was talking earlier, like I think I've like I know I'm painting a spider, and I realize the pun here. Like I'm shaking off the proverbial cobwebs of painting like insects again. So like this one's already coming together a lot quicker than the beetle did. Still probably is going to take me like 2 painting sessions to do. Um, but all things considered, that's not bad in my book. So, yeah. And like I said, for these artist trading cards, we're committing to monochrome and bugs. So I still got a blue and a kind of yellowy orange one. So we're definitely going to do 2 more bugs. So like series 1 of these trading cards is going to be insects, going to be monochrome. Definitely easier to the more you do something. Agreed. So, any suggestions on insects you think I should tackle? Like, I feel like doing a moth might be one of them because I haven't painted a moth in a while. And also, I'm trying to not just do the same. Like, I don't want to just be oops all beetles. So, I don't know if I made the joke of like, yeah, I'll just paint 4 beetles and name. Yeah, I did do this yesterday. I'll just paint 4 beetles and name each piece Ringo, John. Oh my God, John Paul, John Lennon, and George. Ringo, John, Paul, and George. There we go. I got there eventually. So we might be doing that. I don't know. But not at least not with this one, because yeah, committed to doing different Firefly. Okay. That could work on this guy. I don't know. Moths. I've actually weirdly enough never painted a dragonfly. I don't know why. It's just never been one that I do. I will have to see if I can do the fire. The firefly could be cool doing like the glow effect. So I might have to look into that. So I like both of those ideas. Like I said, I think moth is almost an inevitable. It's because I've painted moths so much. Like I've always used moths in place of butterflies in a lot of my previous work, so we're not too far away from classic Michael artwork here with those. So, but like I said, it's also important to fit the monochrome. I'm essentially challenging myself to make all of these like pseudo monochrome. So using one color palette, I realize I'm using pink on this green one, but come at me. It's my fucking work. Yeah. They are. Moths, like, I know I could have done like a Luna moth on the green one, but that also feels like that's pretty easy. And like this spider was too cool not to do. So I know there are some really cool blue moths I could do on this guy. I don't know about the orange yellow one, so we will see. I'm turning around to my thing here because I have my actual like chat stream over here. It's a lot bigger than I got there. I've only ever painted a dragonfly once before, but I've taken hundreds of pictures of them, tons of them down in Georgia where we are because we live near some. And that makes sense, yeah, because they're gonna definitely be more in the swamp base. That makes sense. I'm gonna have to look at them. I'm just gonna pull up dragonfly. Dragonfly insect. And of course, one of the first ones they give me is this blue fucking dragonfly. And I'm like, oh, fucking nailing on the head. And I kind of like the angle there. Like I've been doing like very this one and the beetle were very like tax like curiosity cabinet where it looks like a pinned insect. Um maybe maybe though I want to see like I feel like the issue with finding a picture of a firefly is going to be a lot of times people get like um pictures of fireflies in mass. Yeah, see, I do like the firefly. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like that actually that could work. Maybe for that guy, I don't know. My only concern is if I really want to like amplify that glow, that could get tough. So we'll see. Like moths are going to be easy. I know there's definitely some orange ones out there. So that's all going to be easy. So thank you for those. Does that make sense? Yeah. We'll see. I'm not against the idea. Do not get me wrong. I'm not here being like that's a bad idea. I would never. It's like no. I'm just like I've set stipulations to this project now that were never in place before, but I wanted to tackle it. So I just want to go with that. So we shall see. But like I said, there's definitely series one of these artist trading cards is absolutely going to be bugs. Might do like a second set of skulls and then a set of mushrooms to like line out everything. So I think that will be the way we go with this. Also, the one thing I'm running into with these panels, they're not always exactly the size that I need. There's some pretty cool firefly pictures out there. They're fun to paint. I will have to check that out. Like I said, I'm not saying no to fireflies, but I feel comparatively to some other insects that are out there, there might be better options for this series that I'm doing. So that's all I'm saying. But I figured while I'm thinking about it, I'm going to, at the very least, get these cards split up into their sections of 4. Because why the fuck not? I'm enjoying this kind of like little mini series. And like if I can knock out multiple pieces in the span of a few weeks, I'm down with it. So I'll most likely end up cutting these apart at off stream because God forbid it is boring as shit to just watch me sit here and saw these panels into four different sections. This is not entertaining content. Also got wasps, cicadas, praying mantis, hmm, yeah. There are a ton of cool insects, and honestly, it's been a while. Weirdly enough, I only did like the bees on one piece ever, so I might have to pull that one out again. That one will be very cool. And again, maybe they're just all gonna be insects. Who knows? Like honestly, people fucking love insects. I do too. I think they're cool as hell to paint. They're really interesting. Like the shapes they all come in, like just the difference between like the spider and the beetle alone. Like I love that. That is so cool, and just all the different. I love just. I swear, if it wasn't for me being creative, I probably would have science may have been one of those things because like the especially biology with all this stuff, fucking chef's kiss, love it. Though I do know there are a bunch of artists who go into more like technical drawing, especially for things like textbooks. Though I never really got into like that fine techno. I really like the more interpretive and like the flowy paint of it. I like looking at them. I just don't like yes, 100% yes. They can fuck off and stay outside, and I will enjoy the hell out of them outside. Don't fucking come into my house. I'm right there with you. Yeah. I'm silly and Pan. I'm with you both there. Like they're cool. I will appreciate them outside of my house. That's it. They can stay out. All right. Yeah. Yeah. Definitely loving this. These guys are coming together. This guy, actually, specific, I should say, is coming together super quickly. Toast and coffee. To actually get the joints where they connect on there. Again, like I said, I'm not a technical like when it comes to but I want to make sure like I'm painting in a semi-realistic style. I want to make sure like the bugs make sense. I always love the botanical textbook art style. It's not art style. Ooh, let me show you. I got a book that I want to show you. I think you'll really enjoy this, Purple Panda. Um, One of my favorites in my artist's library. Here we go. So I have the author's name is Sarah Simblett. She does one of my favorite books called Anatomy for the Artist. But this is another follow up for that, uh, Botany for the Artist. Absolutely love this. It's still in that textbook style, but it also does like these masterclass sections where they look at botanicals in art history. So this is a sketch of blackberries done by Da Vinci, and then just these pieces of like sketches of different botanicals, like underground storage. So like the lily bulb, the things like that. Um, Specifically looking at the different types of plants, climbers, wild stems, a study of just wild um, things, leaves. So like if you're looking for a good um, book about botanicals in an artistic sense, I highly recommend Botany for the Artist. I didn't know she made another book. I love. Yes, I have the anatomy one over there, but I really don't want to be sharing pictures of boobs and dicks on YouTube. I don't want to get flagged. I know I already said this is not made for children, but I still don't want to do that. I don't want to tempt fate. Um, do it. If you want, if you go to the link in my bio, um, on YouTube, let me see. So if you go to like my channel page on YouTube, it's taking its fucking time to load. Right up here at the top, I have all of my links. Oh, I did not add that. Well, I will have to fucking change that. That's my studio. That changed that. All right, I will have to update that because I thought I had that. Um, I know I have the link on like Instagram and TikTok. In the link, there's a link tree in my bio. And in there, one of the links that you can click on one of the buttons is like Philly Art Dad's art library. And it has just a list of all the books that I have in my art library, and Anatomy for the Artist, and I believe Botany for the Artist are both in there. And it's an affiliate link that connects to Barnes and Noble. I tried not to do like I try to avoid. I tried the Amazon affiliate program, but that was too many steps, and I'm still technically a new enough content creator that not a lot of traffic was driven their way from me. So they kind of there's like, you didn't fulfill your terms, so we are kicking you out of the program. Try again later. Um, but I use this thing called Benable, and they allow me to connect to places like Barnes and Noble, Dick Blick for like art supplies. So there's a link there in that on I'd say go to TikTok then or Instagram. I will make sure I fix it over here to have that as well because honestly that has everything. And then you can use that, and buying it through that affiliate link gives me a small little kickback, which always love. It helps support the channel. I was looking at your recommended art supplies yesterday, so I should be able to still pull from my history. Yeah, so I have a whole bunch of lists. So if you actually since you were looking at that, if you go to my, I have a whole profile and I have a bunch of lists, recommended art supplies, content creation stuff, books as well, um, all that kind of stuff. So you should be able to find it from there. And like I said, if you make a purchase of that book through that link, gives me a small kickback, helps me out. I know. Hello, baby. I've got a needy kitty down below. So would super appreciate that. So thank you, Purple Panda. Much appreciated on that. I'm trying to tonight. I am loving this brand new Vortex mixer. It's so fun. All right, that's enough playing around. So yeah, but thank you for checking out the recommended art supplies. I do appreciate that. Um, that's honestly great to hear. I'm glad you're hopefully finding some use from that. I know how expensive being an artist. I'm trying to, yeah, like it's super important. Like having people like you said, having viewers like you. If we want to go like old school PBS. Hello, we got a new viewer. Welcome. Hi. Okay, you really want up. You need attention. So we're gonna take a kitty break. Just not on the microphone, please. We got hello, Freya. We're apparently taking a kitty break right now. Sorry, making sure the microphone is out there. Yes, this is Freya. Yes, there she is. This is the lady of the house. She's our oldest of our three. There's her sister Eris, who's not that far behind her, and then our youngest cat Porcini that we only got maybe a year or two ago now. At this point in time, I forget. He was part of the cat distribution system. Like after we had our kid, this cat just shows up on our doorstep. From the hi. I know she is very precious, but yeah, I'm a cat guy. Used to have a dog growing up, but the girlfriend, now wife, brought cats with her. They were non-negotiable, so they pretty much chose me as her significant other. Like this one in particular was very discerning about the men that were in her life, and this one was very much like, oh, I like this guy. So that's how that happened. I love both. I agree. I love both too. Like I said, had a dog growing up, loved him. It's just I really didn't have any plans to get an animal after that. After I moved out, like again, living on my own, renting, like not when I'm only renting a place either. But then I said like the girlfriend, now wife, came into my life and she brought two of the three cats we now had. I know how you feel. My husband loves dogs, but I miss having cats. Look, I think they can coexist. Maybe you just need to look the cat distribution system. I also love. I've seen a bunch. I was watching just scrolling through. It was either TikTok or YouTube the other day in the shorts format. And one of the things I saw was like cats can change guys, where it's like they show before and after videos of like, I don't want a cat. You're not keeping that cat. And then a video from 2 weeks later where the guy is playing and snuggling with the kitty, and it's like, yeah, shut the fuck up. You love cats. I agree. I think you just gotta find the right cat because I also feel like cats got a bad rap. Like as just not people like, oh, they're so independent, they don't want to hang out with you. Clearly that's wrong, as you can see. You just need to find the right cat for you. Um, and I think, yeah, that writes it. Kind of went from one dog to four. We got, I, okay, I understand that. I'm not going to deny that. We had a very firm rule before we had the kid. Even like, we will never have more cats than we do laps in our family. So that's why we only had Eris and Freya as our main two cats. And then, like I said, the world answered. We had a child, and like by the time he was about one, Porcini, who is our third cat, hi, started showing up on our doorstep. I don't want to speak loud because your ears are right near my mouth, so I'm sorry. We're gonna lift the mic up so you guys can hear me. Um, Porcini, who we were just lovingly calling Porch Kitty because we didn't want to get attached. Hi. Started showing up on our doorstep, just hanging out there, sitting on the windowsill, looking in. Um, we got in touch with somebody to come down and essentially trap him so we could, take him in, get him checked out, make sure, see if he was microchipped, anything like that. And I use the term, okay, there she goes. I use the term trapped loosely because the woman came uh, and he pretty much came up to her and he's like, okay, take me so I can come back. And yeah, it wasn't microchipped, so he came back and now he lives with us. So yeah, that's how we have three cats. But like I said, we have three laps now, so three cats. So I think that's a reasonable rule to have. I know some other people will be like, nah, I just want all the cats or all the dogs. I'm like, I I don't want to be overrun. And like the cat distribution system makes it really tough because on Halloween night we had a little orange cat come up onto our patio while we were handing out candy, and it's like I just like put my hand down and be like to call it over, and it just came right over and got wanted pets, and I'm like, my first initial thought was, well, we don't have that color yet. We gotta, it's like Pokemon, gotta catch them all. And my wife was like, I know, but we can't. And I'm like, I agree. It's too easy to have two. It is. And it's like I will say, like, I'm not gonna say cats are like notoriously like they're not easy pets. Like if you treat your cat right, you play with them, you feed them, you do all the right things, they will love you back in return. But when you get more than you can handle, it's a lot. That's sweet. I should go now. I hope you have a good rest of streaming day. You too, silly. Thanks for hopping in. Thanks for sticking around. Love chatting with you. I can finally get back to painting now that I don't have a cat on me. But appreciate having you here. So yeah. At the very least, go hang out at a local cat cafe if you guys have one. Always a great experience. And even if you don't go home with the cat, you're giving some cats some much needed affection and helping them out in the long run. So I think that's always great. And also, Pan, I know you said you have 4 dogs, but hey, that's an easy way to sucker your husband into a cat. You take him to a cat cafe, you let him interact with a cat, find the one that, because 9 times out of 10, there will be that one cat that singles out the man in the room and just loves up on them. I think there's one in Atlanta, but it's a bit of a drive from I kind of live in the middle. That's understandable. I get that. So totally understandable. I'm not gonna say do it, but like they are nice. Like if you ever are in a day trip into Atlanta, kind of thing, I think that those would always be fun. Because like you can all generally get some decent food, some snacks at the cafe, and then pet some kitties. It's not to love. Mm. Former Panda, I don't know if we lost you. I'm showing 0 viewers, but if you're still there, that's totally cool. Omega, beginning and the end, just a little more of that pink stiller. Okay, that's cool. There you are. It showed me at 0 viewers. So I'm like, oh no, did something happen? Look, I'm also like not only here but on TikTok too. It'll show me like you have X number of viewers, but like there's still some people that are like that haven't clicked the link to get in and whatnot. So don't worry. John, Dawn, and then I slumber. Through me. DJ. So still happy to have you. Hell yeah. Talk about the Iraq invasion. Just a little. All right. Do you wanna switch over to PC because I know my foot? Ah, gotcha. That makes sense. Yep. To be fair, on the plus side, I'm hoping by the end of the year I might be able to get back to doing multi streams. Um, so here TikTok and Twitch. So fingers crossed. I got something in the works so we can do that. Now YouTube and Twitch do accurate, and they aren't always accurate. Okay, good to know. Yeah, I have that happen on like. To be fair, TikTok does it too. So I'm not gonna like say like, oh, these platforms specifically are bad, but yeah, it is what it is. Like I said, just like Tuesday was very much like laying down a lot of the colors and like the base layers. Like this guy's coming along very quickly. I do love this guy. This one's granted I've only done two so far, but this guy is definitely the spider's definitely my favorite out of the two. It's just I don't know. I fucking love spiders. Streaming regularly on different platforms is not as easy. It definitely isn't. Like love doing it. Um, I don't know. It definitely it makes time in the studio less um solitary because I think that's one of the main reasons I actually really enjoy the streaming is because being a painter is definitely a very solitary endeavor. So I really, really, genuinely love bringing you guys into the studio with me so I can like share what I'm working on, things like that. Have you guys be part of the process. Like I love having like just being able to sit here and like bounce ideas off of you guys too. Like when I'm thinking like I don't know what to do next for the next bug. So having someone who like just on the other side of a screen that I can bounce ideas off of is really fucking nice. God, yeah. So that's one of the definite benefits of doing the whole streaming thing. But yeah, it definitely takes a lot out of you, especially with me doing it every day on multiple platforms, which is why doing the multi-stream is going to be so nice because then I can like reduce my schedule down to maybe like 3 or 4 streams a week and hit everyone at the same time. It's nice when you get to chat and hang out. Absolutely. And I love that. Like I love being able to like even though we're not like in the same channel and the same chat together, like still knowing that I have a group of you guys out there who are tuning in and using this time to also paint and essentially have like that have some a like-minded individual on the line with you is always nice. So absolutely love that. And again, having like that ability to bounce ideas off of each other, amazing. I feel like I'm definitely gonna knock the legs out today because the legs they're easy. They're just sticks and super easy to get detailed in, and I can treat them with a little bit of a looser hand. Hello. She wants to be part of the process. Hello. You're gonna make this hard, aren't you? Yeah. Hello. Yes. Hi. No, no, please step on the panel. I wasn't working on that. Sticks with it. Yeah, I know. No, don't. I got paint on that though. To be fair, she's not intrigued about biting it. She just apparently nope, nope, nope. Apparently this is how we're working now. Luckily they're tiny and I could just pick them up. So there's that. You're not normally the needy one right now, baby girl. I'm surprised. Normally it's your sister who's here trying to get up in my business. I'm not complaining. It's just, a change. Nope, nope, nope. Don't. Your paws do not do that. She is purring up a storm. Yeah. It's the one thing I don't have to worry about. Look, I'm I've come to the point in time that like you guys know I have cats. If you're not expecting cat hair to be in your pieces, that's on you. Stop it. Yeah. Hey, look. If you put your chin there, it'll massage. Yeah. I don't know if you're actually gonna put your chin on the ultra like the vibrating paint mixer, but hey, who knows? That is true. Unless you got like a tiny dog who wants to sit in your lap while you paint. So you're not completely out of the woods, like unless you only have big boys. So, but again, I'm not complaining per se. I truly enjoy the company. It's just when the desk is flat like this, it's just a nice giant bed for them. My dogs are big. They're not lap sitting all day. That's the problem. Like they may not be lap sitting, but they think, in my experience with dogs, the big dogs think they're little dogs and want to get up on your lap, which is weird. Like little dogs think they're big dogs in personality ways, but the big dogs just want to be like, "Hey, I want to snuggle. Can I be on your lap, please?" Which is always hilarious. And cats are just like, "I am going to be all up in your business. You don't get a say." Isn't that right, Freya? Hello. Yeah. I feel like if you got like when it comes to sofa time, big dogs love to be lap dogs because there's at least a little more room. But yeah, if you're like sitting at a work desk, like painting or doing, standard office job shit, That's when like big dogs know like I can't fit there. Hello. I love you too. Hmm. Yes, baby girl. Love you too. Hi, yes. Yeah, legs are looking good. Hell yeah. That's looking great. I just have to worry about my toddler and month-old touch. Yeah. Honestly, that's why I use acrylic and not oil paints. Um, because like with oil paints, like you got to be worried that everything, like nothing's drying and all that stuff. So at least with oil paint, it's like pretty quick. Thank you. It is. Like I said, like these have been great because the instant gratification, like I've been knocking these out super easily. Like I'm obviously not going to finish this guy today. It's like we've already been working, but like this is an hour and like I'm looking at the stream. I've been working on it for just about as long as the stream. So this is about an hour and a half's worth of work. There we go. Couldn't get that there. So I've been loving these. These are great. I'm definitely going to be doing more. Like at the very least, 8 more artist trading cards, so a total of like 12. I think that's going to be great. Um, and just gives more like I said, affordable art is super great. So I can't wait to do that. Hello, looks like we got a new person. Hello, hello, hello. Get a kitty, kiki. Definitely making it a little harder to do. Is this you telling me I need to take a break? I've been working too hard. Yeah. You have something to say? I don't know if that's picking. Hi. Yes. Hello. This is now just a cat stream from here on out. Hello. Yeah, and I am going to be doing like I think I mentioned this before on TikTok stream yesterday. I'm going to be embroidering these too, so going to do that. It's probably just going to be like a simple circle in the embroidery, but like again, like these are going to have to be like the originals, or at least are going to have to be around like a buck 50, buck 65. I think is what I came out to in my calculations. You going for the microphone again? I see. Okay. Just don't get away from the picture. I need the picture, okay? So yeah. So I guess that's it. That's I guess another question I have for these artist trading cards. Obviously, what we're going to be dubbing Series 1 is going to be insects because that's the theme. Originals aren't meant to be cheap, even the ones. I agree. I do agree with that. But I guess the reason I kind of almost feel a little guilty about it is I see a lot of other people also doing artist trading cards, and they're pricing them at like I said, between anywhere from like as low as $5 to as high as $30. And it's like I love that idea and I love making it art accessible and everyone being able to buy it, but like I said before, I know what my worth is as an artist, and that's the important part. Which is like I said, why I feel like doing a little like a mini print pack is the way to go. To give other people access to it. Because like I said, prints are going to be the way to do that. Not all artists are pricing for the worst. Some are just. I get that, and yes, you are correct. Yeah, and like there is something to be said for both. like pricing to sell versus pricing for worth. Like obviously the people who are pricing to sell are going to sell more because they're pricing them low, but they're also on the long run their return on investment is going to be just as low. So, like I said, they might sell a lot more, but you're going to need if you sell at a price that is meant to sell and just get it out, you're not going to be you're not going to be able to sustain that long term. So, I think that's one of the things to take keep an keep in mind with all this stuff. Though to be fair, also feel like a lot of these other artists who are selling their originals that low price, they also have like they're making T-shirts and tote bags, which is not something I have explored yet. Um, but we'll see. Hello, I don't know. Yes, you are very precious, baby girl, and super needy right now. She's actually been in the studio all day with me. Like I said, she was sitting in the chair that I am currently sitting in when I came in, was eating breakfast, moved her to her cat bed, and she's kind of just been moseying around the studio, just hanging out in my presence. Stationary prints are a price to sell, whereas originals should be priced based on the art. Agreed. I definitely think prints can be. Mm, yeah, no, I think that's right. But like, you're not also not going to sell a T-shirt for like, especially nowadays, like an artist T-shirt. You're not going to get a T-shirt any lower, especially if the artist is not going through like a drop, like a print on demand service like T Public. Um, because like yeah, like this shirt here, I picked up from T Public. Like an artist designed this, did like the old school like Frankfurt Yellow Jacket stuff, and I love that. I got it on sale for like $16. It's normally like 24, I think, like 20 to 24. But like when I buy t-shirts directly from artists that I follow and that I like, I end up spending 25 to $30 on a t-shirt easily. But a lot of times those artists are screen printing those t-shirts. They are keeping those t-shirts in stock to like they're putting the cost up front as opposed to just uploading a design to like a service like T Public where they're printing them on demand and getting a small cut of that. So yeah, I think that's in the long that's the main thing in the long run. You still got to factor in how. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. To put yeah, exactly. Agreed. And so I wasn't saying it's like, oh, you're wrong. This is what it's like, but like there's still a lot of considerations when it comes to all that kind of stuff. Where the I need my tiniest brush. You at least have given me some room to work again, baby girl. Thank you. So agreed. There we go. So, but yeah, the little Excel sheet that I plug my unit costs into and then factor. I love. Okay, I'm happy I'm not the only one. Like I don't have it for like unit cost for that stuff because I don't really do a lot of like unit based pricing yet. But like I do have my spreadsheet that I can plug like the dimensions. Like I have it's like just my catalog of all my originals, but it's a little I have a formula that I've crafted. And I update it occasionally like over the years. I'm like, okay, you know what? I think I've been in the art scene enough. I can up my prices a little bit, so I up increase my actual like price per hour. Um, but I have that spreadsheet where I just plug in the dimensions of a piece of work. If it is framed or not, I can plug in the cost of the frame, and it kicks out an actual price of that work. I love that. like I said, it. I think in one of my videos, in a previous video, I mentioned like, what's your biggest non-art superpower? And Excel was the one for me. So that's great to see that I'm not the only one who uses Excel for their art practice. Honestly, I feel like more artists need to really like dial in with Excel because holy shit, it makes everything easier. Hi, baby. It does. Like I even have an entire spread. Like I have a like. Oh my god, can we just nerd out about Excel? Like I, I think we lost the other viewer, but I don't care. We're gonna nerd out about Excel. Like I have an Excel spreadsheet to track my expenses as an artist as well as my income. And then it also factors like, okay, how much should I be expecting to pay in taxes? Like, how much am I writing off versus how much am I going to, should I expect to be paying in taxes? And then I also have one for followers across all my major platforms. And my to be fair, my wife made that one for me, but I'm able to track my followers as they come in. And I've got a little tiny formula there that also is like, cool, this is your percentage of increase. This is what you should expect. So I have like a general idea of like, cool, when should I be hitting like 500 here on YouTube? When should I be expecting to hit 2000 over on TikTok? Things like that. I love it. It is so good. Um, yeah, more artists need to use Excel in their practice. Hello. What? Yeah, this one's harder to put your face in as opposed to our cups that we have downstairs, huh, baby? Ugh. All right. I think we're gonna tackle these like white lines with on the body of the spider. I'm gonna turn down the volume. There we go. Or they should have some kind of count. Yes. Yep. Hey, 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 hey. Yep. Do I need to like? Maybe that's something I should do. Like, offer classes on Excel for artists. Hey, hi. Actually, just got an inventory tracker. It has been life changing. You know how much product I have on hand. What I need to order. That's cool. Is it a separate app, or is it again something that you were able to build in Excel? Hell yeah. don't know. Maybe we will finish this one. I don't know. We're getting stupidly close to the end, or the very least, on tomorrow's TikTok stream, I might end up finishing this one and starting another one. No, it's actually a Google. Okay, Google Sheet. I had one. I was. Oh, keep playing the music. All right. I had one I was using before, but I saw one I really liked on Etsy, so I bought. Okay, that's smart. That is really smart, actually. So somebody already put in the work of building out the formulas and things like that. That's work smarter, not harder. Good for you. Where the fuck was I? Need a little bit of blue in there. I'd rather spend my yeah. But I'm not gonna lie, I do love the occasional just nerding over stop it of a spreadsheet. um, tweaking it. It's fun. Oh my. Hello. Yes, I love you too. You are something, girl. Oh man. I'm more excited than I should be about knocking this out in one day. I know I have the capabilities of doing that, but still, it's nice. I do spend a lot of time in Excel. I'm kind of the work side of. That's cool. Yeah. Look, that is definitely the thing. Once you become like essentially the workplace savant with something, you're the one. No, you're the one that is called upon to do that kind of stuff. So to the plate now. So, 100% agree. Like hell. Honestly, the reason I know so much about Excel, one of my previous jobs was working a tech support company where we were essentially outsourced tech support for people who were adding new programs to their workflow. So, like, especially when people would be like upgrading to a new version of Excel, they would bring us on and then we would actually teach them how to use the programs appropriately and properly. When you're, yeah, it is. But on the plus side, job security. Just going to put that out there for you to consider. So, being the go to person means you are a valuable asset to the company. So, they're going to, you will not be as likely to be gotten rid of. So, at least keep that into, bring that into consideration. Hell yeah. I'm gonna add a little bit of that blue coming down there. gonna switch that over, and I'm gonna get annoyed, baby girl. The maintenance team to lead, so I don't really have to worry too. That's good. Yes, hello. Fuck yes. I can't see my reference image, but like the spider is so damn good. Like, whew, loving this guy. Hello. How's it going? Well, I might actually be finishing this up. Yeah. Here I'm like, I'll take another day. I know. I love honestly, pink is like pinks and purples, some of my favorite colors to incorporate into these into pieces, just any piece. They can really just like make it pop like visually and I love it. So, yeah. Oh, you bugger, you changed my reference image with your butt. Stinker. Oh well. Hello. Yes. Yes. What time is it also? 12:14. We're doing good. We're making good time. Hello, hello, hello. Yes, 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 yes. All right. Like I feel good. Like the work on this guy has been fantastic. Pink, purple, black, and gold tend to be my go-to. Nice. I tend to like I don't know. I like teals. Teals work really good in that color family too. I feel. Hello. So agreed. I try to like I occasionally will use gold. Like obviously I put some like gold marker on the edges of these guys, but I try not to like make gold my focus. I always tend to do that as more of a like highlight. Like sometimes like the characters that I paint end up having like almost a halo. So I have like a really nice set of metallic paints that I use a lot. Like this is the heavy metal paint range by Culture Hustle. So love these guys. Honestly, has been my favorite. Like I went through like a few different gold paints. I use gold as like in a yes, yeah. Oh, so yeah, we're in the same boat. Oh yeah. So like actually case in point, like I have this guy that I'm still wearing the collaboration between me and my little dude. This character is gonna get a painted on halo in gold. And like a lot of my pieces that are character driven, they'll have that kind of like halo going on. Just to, um give it some visual interest. Yeah. No, I'm stoked. I'm looking forward to getting back to that one. Like my brain just got really caught up with these trading cards, so that's my current focus. And like I don't have any major shows coming up, so it's easy for me to like work to switch focus like this a bit more. And who knows if I can get these actually done in the way I'm going on these, like I might actually be able to get these done and potentially available for Christmas. That'd be cool. So selling some like little mini print sets and the originals for Christmas. I think that would be an amazing thing to get done. Especially like if people are really interested in gifting art either to themselves or to friends and family. So yeah, like I said, that one took me 2 sessions. This one is damn near done. So I'm trying to work them. Yeah, I hear that. I need to take um the merchandising side of art and actually producing things that can be sold a lot more seriously. And I'm honestly, that's why I'm another reason why I'm really enjoying these artist trading cards is because they are an easy thing that I can work on. They they come together super quickly. Like this, I started this today, and I'm almost done. That's great. That's exactly what I needed to be able to do that. So be able to have these ready to go to potentially have like a little mini Christmas drop or a holiday drop. I think that's awesome. Um, God. So yeah, I'm excited for that. Are we done? Are you gonna actually give me my desk back? A so yeah, that was weird. It's not easy, but once you get going and have a decent stock, agreed. I think, and I don't know about you. I've forgive me, Panda, but like I go through everyone's like whenever people start following me, I start like I do check out their profiles, but I'm like trying to remember everyone's style is hard. I think the one thing that I've always had kind of I guess we'll call it a hesitation about like the merchandising side of things is I paint. I don't have a very illustrative style with these guys. Like it tends to lean more towards that realistic side and trying to find a proper way to showcase that on like quote unquote merchandise, like t-shirts and things has always kind of been a struggle for me. And I think that's mentally what I've been combating. So yeah, actually, oh, where's my grainier? Because you might be able to help with the dots. Yes. So that's kind of been yes. They're a little much, but that helps get that texture because I was missing that dotted texture on here, and this grainier brush is yes, and then I can shade in, boom, yeah, and redefine the spots I need. Perfect. Aha. Yeah. And it's definitely one of those things being a professional artist, like you want to make sure you have multiple income streams when it comes to that. So like being able to sell originals is great, but not everyone can buy an original worth $1,000. When one of those sells, it's fantastic, but it's a matter of like being able to supplement. There we go. Makes sense. I know the people try. I buy realistic art from usually just sell art prints, maybe mouse pads and other such items that realistic art looks good on. But you just got exactly, which is why I'm like I haven't really done T-shirts. I would love to do a T-shirt, but it's like I don't know if my style lends itself to that. I do have not, I mean, technically a mouse pad, but I'm looking at doing like one of those massive like desk pads. I did a piece that was a 24 inches by 12 inches, and that's the perfect size for one of those large desk mats. But I also want to take it and make a Magic the Gathering play mat for it as well. Stickers would be cool as hell. I think what I would want to do, like, I love the idea of like doing like, hey, I could turn this into a rectangular sticker. I also kind of want to do like more of a kiss cut sticker where it's actually shaped like if I for the spider, for example, like have it be the shape of the spider. I don't know. I like that kind of style better than say, here's a rectangle, boom. Because like I love like this stuff here. Big rectangular stickers can work design wise, like love that. But having like an art piece like this cat here, I love having that like be the shape of the sticker kind of thing. So that's another thing combating. So I'm working on it. I'm not saying no to anything, but I'm trying to make sure I am I'm giving everything a consideration. I'm not just jumping in blindly. Because I think that's how a lot of artists end up getting too overwhelmed with stuff, is they just want to jump into the deep end and they don't consider the repercussions of what they do. I just got to do the little antenna. Those custom cut stickers are great. That's how I do mine. I don't like the circle. Yeah. Like, if the circle's part of the shape, like I know one of the things like with this beetle and like with the spider too, like I'm gonna have an embroidered circle on it as well. So the circle will be part of it, but like you'll have like the legs coming out of it, which is I think gonna look really damn cool. So again, just kind of doing what works for me, which is the important part. Like I want to make sure I'm showcasing my art in the best light possible and doing that. So yeah, I might turn this into like, hey, here's a mini print series, but here is also a sticker pack, like a bug sticker pack. So that's probably going to be the way we go for this. Sounds like it's going to be an awesome. Yep, as long as you always do. Exactly. You got to make sure that the art is first in this. Like, make sure that you're putting your best foot forward with your art is super important. Let's get these little dotties in there. Add that texture. Add that little bit of shadow. And then that little pinprick highlight there on the edges. Nope. All right. I know I don't have a glove on, but like gotta get that highlight there. I legit think I'm gonna be doing this, finishing this today. This is awesome. I'm stoked. Like I've done nothing different, but like having this come together as quickly as it did is really exciting for me. Okay. I think I gotta run just a highlight down the middle of the back. Definitely a little more yellow. But I tried. All right, I gotta let that dry. But this guy is like making the end is always best. You feel so confident. Yeah, like I'm like 95% positive this guy is done. Um, though knowing me, I'm probably still gonna look at it tomorrow, make sure that this one is coming together and it's at a standard that when I put like all four of them together, they are cohesive and they're all up to that standard that I want. So like I'm definitely like 95% positive that trading card number 2 is done and it's in the books. So that's exciting. And like I'm stoked that they're coming together a lot. They're coming together quicker and quicker, which is always great. I'm gonna at least get this initial cut laid in so I can start sawing out the next batch of cards. Because yeah, So yeah, apparently series one, it's gonna be so cool. I know. And then I'm gonna just start on the next series of art trading cards, apparently. But yeah, I'm actually stoked. Like getting actually potentially having this for like a little mini Christmas drop, holiday drop. I'm excited for. So, and it's like I'm not gonna make the artist trading cards my entire thing, but if they're easy to make and I can knock these out fairly quickly, like that's great for me and then great for you guys who may be interested in buying this kind of stuff. Yeah, there we go. Nope. Fuck you. Stay open. So yeah. Even 2 hours now. Oh yeah, it's 12:30. I think Purple Panel, thank you for hanging out with me as long as you have. Super happy to have you here and look forward to maybe seeing you tomorrow on TikTok when we go live there. I think I'm gonna call the stream here. Because like I said, I'm like I said, 95% positive. I think back tomorrow with some fresh eyes, looking at this one again, and then starting a third one tomorrow is gonna be fantastic. So thanks for hanging out. I'll hopefully see you tomorrow as well over on TikTok. And yeah, take care. Stay weird. You know how it is. Happy to have you. Bye.